Let's take another look at graphing inequalities. So here's the 4 steps that we're going to take. We're going to rewrite the inequality so that the variable is on the left and the number is on the right. We'll write it in sentence form. We put an open or closed dot at the number listed. So if it's just less than or just greater than, it's open. If it has the equal to part, it's closed, it's filled in because that number is included. And then we'll add an arrow to the graph. It should point in the same direction as your rewritten inequality symbol. So let's look at the first one. What I want you to do is I want you to highlight the variable. And we're making sure it's on our left side. The variable is on the left side, so I'm just going to rewrite it as is. X stays on the left, our sign stays the same, and then the number stays the same. Maybe you know what the symbol means. If not, use your resource packet. If I look at that, it says that it's greater than or equal to. So X is greater than or equal to negative 63. So now we're going to plot. So first I'm going to find negative 63 on here. And remember, negatives work the opposite way. So I'm going to start at 60, 61, 62, 63. So we're going to put an open circle here first. Since it has the equal to part, it should be filled in. It should be a closed circle. And now the last part is, since our variable's on the left side, the inequality points in the direction we need to shade. So first off, you might notice that that inequality symbol matches with the inequality here, and it looks like an arrow pointing to the right. So I'm going to shade to the right. That is where the values are bigger. They're greater to the right. If you look on here too, on your cheat sheet, it shows you filled in, shaded to the right. Okay, number 2, I'm highlighting my variable. Right now, my variable's not on the left side, so I'm going to rewrite this by flipping. I'm going to put my X on the left, I'm going to put my 5 on the right, but since I flipped those, I need to flip my sign. It's going to go from greater than to less than. What you'll notice is we changed. The point was by the X, we flipped it, but our point is still by the X. So we didn't change what it's representing, we just changed how it appears to make it easier for graphing. If you know what that symbol is, great. If not, look at our chart. We see that that means less than. Remember, left, less than. So X is less than 5. Now I'm going to go find 5 on my graph, which it's already right here. I'm going to put an open circle. Since there's no equal to part, we leave it open. Then, where our variable's on the left, so not the original one, our rewritten one, our arrow, our inequality symbol is like an arrow pointing in the direction that we need to shade, which is pointing to the left. If you look at that, that's our less than symbol. So we are shading to the left. That is where it is less than. Okay, number 3, I'm highlighting my variable. Right now my variable's not on the left side, so I'm going to rewrite this. My X on the left, my negative 36 on the right. When I flip that, I need to flip my sign, so it becomes the opposite. If we look at this, my point was originally next to the negative 36. It still is next to the negative 36. We just kind of mirror imaged it. Looking at that symbol on our chart, that symbol tells us greater than. So X is greater than negative 36. I'm going to find negative 36 on here. Remember, negatives work the opposite way. A lot of people want to put it right here. That's incorrect. If I count 30, negative 31, negative 32, negative 33, negative 34, negative 35, negative 36 is right here. I'm going to do an open circle. There's no line underneath to say equal to, so it stays open. We don't fill it in. And then since we have our variable on the left, this looks like an arrow pointing in the direction that we need to shade. We have our greater than symbol right here. We are shading to the right. If you look on your chart here, you find the greater than, it shows you open circle to the right. Number 4, highlighting my variable. This time my variable's on the left side. So what that means is it can stay the same. My variable's staying on the left. My inequality symbol is staying the same. I'm going to look up what does that symbol mean. When we look here, it tells us greater than or equal to. I'm going to find 17 on the line. It's positive, so it works normally. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 goes right here. Since it has that line, it means it's equal to. We fill it in because that is included. And then where our variable's on the left, this arrow points in the direction that we need to shade, which is to the right. If I want to double check, my greater than or equal to, it's filled in, shaded to the right. One more of these. Highlighting my variable. Rewriting, so putting my, in this case, my variable's not on the left, so I'm going to rewrite so it's on the left. So moving X to the left, 23 to the right. Since I flipped those, I'm going to flip the sign. If I double check, the point was by 23, the point is still by 23. Looking for this new symbol, when we look on here, that is our greater than symbol. For graphing, it's a positive, it works normally. 20, 21, 22, 23. I put my circle here. There's no equal to part, so I'm leaving it open. I'm not shading it in. And where our variable's on the left, it's like an arrow pointing in the direction we need to shade, which is to the right. So that's given an inequality, making a graph. Now we're going to look at the opposite, which is given a graph, writing an inequality. These are the steps that we're going to take. Always, 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 we want to write our variable on the left. We read left to right. That's what's going to make the most sense. So put your variable on the left side, just like we were doing rewriting on the previous page. Determine what number it's placed at. That's going to be placed to the right of our variable. And then which way is the arrow pointing? Left. Left means less. To the right means greater than. And then if the circle's closed, we add the line underneath. So let's look at the first one. I'm automatically just using the variable x, writing it on the left. Then I'm looking at where is this dot? 20, 21, this is at 22. And if it helps to write them out, you can. So I'm going to leave a little gap for our inequality symbol and write 22. This is shaded to the right. Remember, left versus right, so it should be the greater than symbol, and it matches the arrow. Those two are the same, okay? It is filled in circle, so it has the line underneath. And that's it. Next one, same thing. I'm going to use X. I'm starting by writing that first. Then we're going to write our numbers, being careful that it's negatives. I'm going to start on the other side. 70, negative 71, negative 72, negative 73. I'm just going to make sure that makes sense. Negative 74, negative 75. Perfect. It works. Now, left versus right. It is shaded on the, and if it helps you to write, left is less than, right is greater than. So it's on the left side. So it is our less than symbol. The dot is open, so we don't put a line underneath. And as always, use your chart to double check. Does this match open circle to the left, open circle to the left? That matches the symbol. Okay, number 8, putting our variable on the left, figuring out the numbers. It's dealing with negatives, so I'm going to start on the right. 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. I'm just going to double check. Negative 4, negative 5. That works. So it's at negative 3. I'm going to write this again. Left, less than. So left is less than, right is greater than. This is shaded on the left side, so it is going to be less than. Our circle is filled, so it's going to have the equal to part. Last one, writing my variable, figuring out where this is. It's right in between 45 and 46, so I'm going to say 45.5. Left means less than, right means greater than. It is shaded to the right. That is our greater than symbol. The dot is open, so there's no line underneath.